Second one is antagonism. It occurs when action of one drug opposes that of another. Two drugs simply have opposite pharmacodynamic effect. That is, 1 plus 1 is equal to 1 or 0. Effect of drug A plus B less than effect of drug A plus effect of drug B. Example, adrenaline antagonizes action of histamine. Different types of antagonism. First one, physical antagonism. Examples, charcoal absorbs alkaloids. Second one is chemical antagonism. Potassium permanganate oxidizes alkaloids, used as gastric lavage in poisoning. Third one is physiological / functional antagonism. Have opposite action on physiological function. Examples, adrenaline is physiological antagonist of histamine. Fourth one is pharmacokinetic antagonism. That is, one drug affects absorption, metabolism or excretion of the other drugs. Now come to the receptor antagonist. It interferes with binding of agonist with its receptors or inhibits generation of response. Antagonism may be competitive and non-competitive. Okay? I would like to continue the remaining part in the next part. Now, differences between competitive and non-competitive. First point, in competitive binds with the same receptor as agonist. First point, non-competitive binds with another receptor. Second point, in competitive resembles chemically with agonist. In non-competitive, second point, does not resembles. Now, third point, in competitive, maximal response can be achieved by increasing dose of agonist. Now come to the third point in non-competitive. Maximal response is suppressed. Now the fourth point in competitive. Intensity of response depends on the concentration of both agonist as well as antagonist. Now fourth point in non-competitive. Maximal response depends only on the concentration of antagonist. Now fifth point in competitive, also known as equilibrium antagonism. Now fifth point in non-competitive, also known as non-equilibrium antagonism. Examples of equilibrium antagonism, acetylcholine and atropine, as well as morphine and naloxone. In the same way, example of non-equilibrium antagonism, examples diazepam and biculline. Okay? So I would like to continue the remaining part of general pharmacology. Now come to in the next part. Today I will start new chapter of general pharmacology, that is combined effect of drugs. When two or more drugs are given simultaneously, they exhibit synergism or antagonism. Interaction can be in pharmacokinetic level or in pharmacodynamic level. Now come to synergism. The effect of two drugs given together is greater than the sum of the two effects when they are given separately. Action of the drug is facilitated or increased by the other drugs. It can be additive and supraadditive. Now come to additive. The effect of two drugs having same action are additive. That is 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Examples: aspirin plus paracetamol is equal to analgesic plus antipyretic. In the same way, amlodipine plus atenolol is equal to additive antihypertensive effect. Now come to supraadditive. Combined effect is greater than sum of the individual's effect, that is potentiation is equal to 1 plus 1 is equal to 3. The effect of drugs A plus B is greater than the effect of drugs A plus effect of drug B. Examples: levodopa plus carbidopa. Here carbidopa inhibits the peripheral metabolism of levodopa, and thus the action is more than simple sum of the two drugs. Okay? Now come to the next topic. In the next topic, factors modifying drug action. All are the factors that modify drug actions. First one, body size. Second one, age. Third one, sex. Fourth one, species and race. Fifth one, genetics. Sixth one, routes of drug administration. Seventh one, environmental factors. Eighth one, pathological states like GI disease, kidney disease, thyroid disease, congestive heart failures. Eighth one, psychological factors. Example, placebo. Ninth one, other drugs. 10th one, cumulation. And the last one, that is tolerance. All these factors that can modify drug action. Okay? Now come to receptor regulation. There are two types of receptor regulation: up regulation and down regulation. First one is up regulation. In up regulation, an increase in the number of receptors on the surface of target cells, making the cells more sensitive to a hormone or another agents. For example, there is an increase in uterine oxytocin receptors in the third trimester of pregnancy, promoting the contraction of the smooth muscles of the uterus. Second one, chronic exposure to opioid receptors antagonist can result in opioid receptors upregulation. Now come to the down regulation. Decrease in number of receptors on the surface of target cells, making the cells less sensitive to a hormone or another agents. For example, insulin receptors may be down regulated in type 2 diabetes. That's all about today's lecture class. Okay, have a nice day. Thank you.